Hey, everybody, it's Paul Grossman, the Dark Arts Wizard of Test Automation, and we're going to be doing some late night test automation tonight. We're going to be doing this for an hour over here, and it's about 10 minutes to 11, so we'll be wrapping up just before midnight. That's okay. I've actually been a night owl for almost 45 years, so don't worry about it. If you're up, you're going to be checking this out. And I do see one eyeball that was there just a moment over there. So I'm going to be showing you something really kind of cool as we start off. So I'm going to ask everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. I want to start off really quick with the coolest thing I have seen, and that is this particular item over here. I am showing you my screen, and I am looking at, we want to look at not Chrome. We want to look at our Edge. So Edge is going to be up here, and I'm looking at my Testing Daily site. I'm going to go full screen on this. Test Daily. No big thing over here. It's kind of cool. I got three eyeballs looking. But did you know you have a different view that you can take a look at this? And this is going to be cool. I'm just going to kind of rotate my page on that. On there. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can hit these controls over here to determine if you're going to scroll in or scroll out, or I can pick this one and essentially look at all the items. And you can see how everything is kind of built up on top of each other. Now, this was a very cool add-in way back in the day when I started my automation stuff. It was a add-in for I think it was Internet Explorer or Firefox. It was called Tilt, and they kind of gave up on it. But I went and looked around to see if I could find any documentation about this, and it looks like the AI came back and said, "Hey, check it out. This is actually already built into Chrome." And I went into Edge. I believe that's saying it's in Chrome. I haven't been able to find it, but I'm going to try and show you how I got there. If I can remember the exact steps, it would be awesome if I can. So I'm going to go to, first of all, we're going to close this out. And I was here on this page over here, and it was the same thing as you do usually in Chrome. You go over to Inspect, and you get this inspector up here. And then we go over to, there's this little guy over here that says 3D view. Now, the first time you see it, it may come back and say, hey, I haven't downloaded everything yet. And then you can go just relaunch it. So it'll say, hey, relaunch this. And then you can actually go, I'm going to go change the location so I can bring this into, so I can get a little zoomed in. Oh my gosh, I went just way too close over there, and that is like one of the coolest things I've ever done on this. All right. So I hope that's kind of cool. That's on Edge, and I might be looking to see if I can do some other stuff. You know what? It's never fun when we're not doing this without any music. So I'm going to go and grab a little music. Let's see what we're going to do. We got some maybe some loft. Let's see how that. Oh, yeah, that's nice. All right, we'll give that a shot. We got three eyeballs going over there. That is probably cool. Why don't you go show your friends on this? If you are watching over here, I'm going to take a look and see who's watching from where. I got one person watching me on YouTube. I got two people watching on Twitch, and nobody watching from Facebook. That's okay. I want to just let you know that I have a chat over here. And I'm a friendly guy. I like doing chats. So if you have a website that you want to see automated, and we'll be doing that in just a moment, you can go into the comments and say, hey, put in this website, please. So I'm going to say hello. I'm going to do that over here and put that out there. And if you want, I'll give you a little shout out. So depending on where you're coming from. So I got three visuals. See, three eyeballs over here. The eyeballs are like, what's he doing? He's like, oh my gosh, what the heck is that? He's like throwing this thing all around and turning it all around, and it's kind of cool. Meeting visualization. Let's go over to some site. Let's try going to www. What do we say? How about Best Buy? We'll go over to bestbuy.com. I bet you they're kind of cool. We'll go over there, and there is Best Buy, and then there's our little city. Let me just go kind of zoom in a little bit. Oh my gosh, look how big that is. It's huge. And yeah, we can zoom in there. I'm not quite sure why it's all red, but it's kind of cool. And then you can see how everything is kind of overlapped over there. There's just tons and tons of stuff that it's just over there. So I think that's kind of cool. But that's what we're not here for. This is just our introduction, so you guys can have a little bit of fun. I want to get a few more eyeballs. If you would do me a favor and share this on your screen out there, do and shout out. Maybe say, hey, hashtag testrgor, hashtag Paul Grossman, hashtag Dark Arts Wizard. Let's go do that, and it would be awesome and cool. All right, and like I said, I will do shout outs to anybody who's watching over here. I got one person watching on Twitch. Hey, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. All right, I'm going to go and close this out. We'll come back to this. I'm going to I'll allow them to know where I'm at. We'll close that out. But what we really want to do is we're going to go to testrgor, and we're going to show something cool. All right. Let me go pull up a couple things and see what I've got over here. I'm going to go to, first starting out, WebSim AI. Now, why do I go to WebSim AI? Because I want to build something, but I don't really know how to build websites. And I like WebSim AI because I can go and get a, let's see, am I doing this? I think I'm on Edge. I want to do this on my other site. Let me go over here. Do that. Look at me. I'm hearing my own voice in my head. But I don't want that. We'll get rid of that. And I'm going to go and take a look and see what we have over here that we can go to. I want to see my see more. I want to go to my sites and see if I got, here we are. All right, here we go. All right, so I've got this cool little site over here, right? I'm going to go pull this up. We'll drag it over, right over here. And this is my WebSim, Dark Arts Wizard. Take a look. You'll find Dark Arts Wizard all over the place. And I see, oh, hey, check this out. That is not what I was looking for. I thought I saw some chit chatter going on, but actually not at the moment. But we'll get back to it. All right, so I have this website. I wanted to have a website that basically will allow me to go and do a login. So I'm doing a login admin, but I want to have different personas. Each one of them starts out with admin 1, 2, 3, or 4, and then I give it the password, which don't tell anyone it's password. I hit login, it goes, hey, yeah, I logged in as admin 1. And then I want to go to admin 2. We'll do that, and then I will say password. We'll log in that, and now I'm logged in as password 1, password 2. And in fact, if I copy this over here, I want to do this, I'll come up here, and this shows that I am still logged in. If I come over here and I say admin 3, and I say password is the password I want to log in, I'm going to hit login. You'll see that the 3 are logged in. If I come back over here, these 3 are logged in. Ain't that cool? What happens if I log in as the same user twice? Admin 2, and I'll do that, and I'll go password like this, and hit login. All right, okay, it says I'm still logged in as admin 2. No big deal. I don't want that. What I said is, hey, man, I want to go and get myself a countdown over here and a message that says I logged in correctly. All right, so I just wrote that, right? I wrote that over here, and then I'm going to go to, let's type it in there, admin 1, and we will click on this because I believe that is, oh, it's all sharing the data. Well, that's interesting. Okay, I'm going to go say admin 1, and I'll say password. And now if I do it, I should get a timer. It says, hey, your session expires in 5 minutes. So it's going to count down, and after 5 minutes, it's going to clear all that out. It's very similar to one of the sandboxes I'm very near and dear to my heart, which is the Restful Booker reservations over here. Just to let you know, you can log into this. Yes, I know. Again, admin and login, it's very similar. And yes, I don't care. You can create new rooms like 104 over here, single. Now the reason I'm mentioning this, the price is about $999 because they have Wi-Fi. That's pretty outplay. I can create this room, but in 5 minutes everything resets, so it all goes away. So it doesn't all sit there. It's a kind of cool thing. That is from Ministry of Test, the guys out in London. So shout out to you guys. I wanted something kind of similar. So this is going to give me a website that will give me a timer if I actually go to the right one. We'll go to that. And I'm going to go type in admin1 and give it a password. PASSWORD. We'll do that. And says I'm logged in. And if I do it again, what happens? Well, here's the thing. For this test, I want to be able to have a special rule that says if I try to log in twice, things they won't let me do that. So I said over here, I said if a login account is logged in and another account, let's go make this a little bit bigger so everybody can see. If the user account is already logged in and another login is attempted, then the same credentials, a message appears saying multiple login attempts have been performed. So I will go say admin 1, and let's see what happens. If I say password and I go log in, it says multiple logins were performed, and I get logged out, which means I can only log in one time on this. So what are we going to do here? Well, the interesting thing, what if we wanted to test this and just have an account kind of go and do this testing when we do this? Let's see. Well, I hope that music isn't too loud, but we'll find out a little bit later. All right. So what I want to do is I want to do some test automation with testrgor over here, and I'm going to go take a peek. Let's see what I got over here. I'm going to go drag this guy up here. We'll bring this up. There's my automation. This is my test cases. I've got about 8 of them over here. But here's the thing. I wrote this test case called login 2, 3. There's also 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to quick edit and look at this. It's called multi-login. Now, all that multi-login does as a reusable rule is that it just says login. It's really kind of cool because in the settings up here in the authentication, you can see that there is a user called admin1 and a password. However, what I did is that I added admin1, admin2, admin3, admin4, and admin5. So this is now a pool of personas of admins, and they can all log in. As long as I have this set up here, I can restrict the parallelization to allow only one unique user per run. It can't possibly be working correctly, can it? So let's go, and I'm going to go and basically we're going to retest things. I hit retest and retest over here and see what we get. So this is going to go and put our test case out there. You'll see it's pretty easy. It's pretty simple. I'm basically going, I'll take a look at these pictures over here so we can see this. And it is saying there's no action because we just landed on the landing page. And then we do this login. The login says, I'm going to use admin2. And it clicks on login. And then a moment later, it says, hey, look, I logged in as admin2. And by the way, I got this countdown going over here. Cool. But if I were to run it twice, it's going to give me that error. So let's go add a test case. And I'm going to say double login. So what happens if I do that? I'm going to say login, and then I'm going to say login again. What if I do that and I hit add and run? I wonder what's going to happen. Um, it might just probably take the same credentials and log in. So these guys over here, I kicked them off and they were executing. I can see that this is the one that I kicked off at last modified at 10:44, 11 o'clock p.m. And I'm coming over here and executing this. And it's saying, hey, I'm logging in as admin one. And it logged me in as admin one. That's cool. And this one over here, what did you do? It said I logged in as admin one. Now, I think that's the old run. So I will go and we'll take a look at this guy over here. What did I do over here? It's this logged in as admin two. It basically said, hey, I already know that I'm logged in as admin one. So I'm going to log in as admin two. That's kind of cool, don't you think? Neat? No? Yes? Let's see, how many eyeballs do I have left over here? I'm not sure if I'm boring anybody, but it is nice that someone is sitting here kind of watching all this stuff. Only problem is I've lost my view into my eyeballs, so I don't want to bore anybody over here too much, but let's keep going. Let's keep going over here. I do want to see if there's any chats, because I am willing on our late night streams, I'm going to go and say, hey, give me a URL that you want to hit. And I will go and automate that. I will go execute that. So let me take a look at my StreamYard. We'll take a look at see where that is. And I got one person still looking. Well, thank you for hanging out and doing that. So just a reminder, you can say hello, say hi, say my URL is www.ebay.com. Do that, and I will go over there and automate it. See? Like, hey, my URL is ebay.com, and just do it. You don't have to give any credentials. You don't have to use your name or password. Just mention some place you'd like to see me try to automate. Live. All right. So here's the thing. What if I had a table out here? What if I had a table, like a data set, right? I have a data set. It's got one variable and 8 groups. I'm going to take a look at our data sets. I don't want to export it. I want to look at it. And I'm going to go over here and see what my multi-logins look like. I'll take a look at my rows. It's kind of boring. All it says is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. That's all it says. It's really just iterating through the same tests over and over again. And if we take a look at this, it's only, here's a double login. Did I attempt to do the same login? I think I did, gave it that. And let's see who I went for. Basically it said multiple login attempts, logging out. So that's what happens when you have multiple logins. We don't want to be doing that. We want to do something cool. We want this to be able to use the exact same test. And you can see here, I've got rows all the way from row 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And all it is executing on this. So let's take a look over here. And it looks like everything passed. So I logged in as admin 1. And I'm basically waiting 30 seconds only because I want all the test cases to kind of try and log in all at the same time. So if I go to row 3 and I come over here, let's see. This music is interesting. I'm going to go take a look and see if there's other music. How about Feeling the Ducks? Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit more toned down over there. I got 2 eyeballs. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go and see if I can log in with different admins. And in this case, the site will block. If I log in twice into this site, it'll log out the original one. If I log in with the same credentials, this is a big challenge in test automation. Most people come across it and are like, how do I run an automation script in parallel if the same credentials are going to log me out? That's a big challenge, right? So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to show you this data-driven test, and I'm going to go and hit it and say retest on that. So it's going to open this up. and you'll see there's a drop down here. It doesn't have anything, but as soon as I get this test reset, it's going to show me a really cool view execution. Just waiting for it to kick up. Now, here it is. I'm going to go to view executions and switch over and check this out. This is a full view. Look at this. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 6 logins attempting to go all at the same time. Everything is there. And I got 2 that are waiting here because I've only got 5 accounts and one of them's already passed. So it basically said, okay, I'm going to do it. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to go and take a look at my big viewer over here. All right, we're going to go zoom in over here, and I'm going to see, okay, what is it was trying to do? It's like it is going to go and log in. Let's go. It's all passing. That happened really fast because I talked for 30 seconds and they all executed at the same time. Now, if I go back a little bit, I'm going to go and take a look and see if I can go find what it is. There's my admin 1, right? There's admin 1. It logged in, and it's going to say, it should say that login is in there. Oh, well, I've got admin 3. Oh, I know what I'm doing. It's the direction I'm going. Admin 1, admin 2, admin 3, admin 4. Now, if I go down, I should get and click on login. I should get, you can see admin 4 is listed over there, admin 3, admin 2, admin 1. They're all logging in, but using different credentials. Isn't that cool? And you know, the way I did it is all I did is I typed in login, and it automatically knows it's going to go take a look at different credentials. Now, it comes over here and says I'm going to log in as admin 1 and 2 because it knows the test has executed and completed. So it's going to go and give it another shot. So it's basically saying I am not going to get tricked and fooled into logging in the exact same credentials twice. No way, no way. Nope. And the way I'm doing this, I'm going to go back a little bit because you might be asking. You can ask anything you want by what you're seeing over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here to my main tests, my multi-user tests, and this is the URL I'm going to. You can actually take a look at that. Go jump to it if you want. I have no problems with that. So I'm going to go and put my software over there. I'm going to go and take a look at, let's say, go in my chat, and here's a private chat. I can do that. I'm going to chat with everybody in the studio. Well, I don't have anybody in the studio. If you want to join me in the studio, that's perfectly fine. But I'm going to go and take a look at my comments. Okay, and I'm going to put this up here. You can go and try it yourself. So there it is. This is my URL to my admin login tracker. So we'll be talking a little bit about that with our automation. Now, keep in mind, what did I do here? I created all this, and you're sitting there going, well, where's the page object model? I don't have one. Where's the CSS? I don't have one. Where's the XPath? I don't need one. Isn't that kind of cool? No CSS, no XPath, no stuff. The Dark Arts Wizard works in just plain English. Right? That's what I basically do when I'm doing this. And I can even see movies for this. Let me go take a look at my settings. And I'm going to go over here to notification. I'm going to go advanced integrations. And I can even turn on a movie and save it over there. And then come back to my test cases and say what I'm doing. And just a reminder, you can ask me to automate any website. Go jump to any website. I will do it. All right. So I'm looking at the RESTful Booker over here. And if I were to take this double login and I were to go and say retest one more time, we should be able to see this executing. I could actually execute all these. Let's see what happens if I do all of them. What the hey? Because you know what? I want to select all 9 test cases. Let's see. I'm going to go undo this one, and this one. We'll get there. I want to do actually select the current page. Do that. Undo this. That one's done, and I'm going to go select these guys over here, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like that. Okay. And I'm going to go and execute and run. I'm going to go run them all. You sure? Like, yeah, I do. I want to run all of these guys. But this time what I do, I want to get a video. So if I hit play over here, here's my little video. It's just 14 seconds long. Let's take a look at what's happening over there. So it goes, builds the test case, and then starts populating in the field and clicking on login. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, it just does it. It's like, I'm done. Maybe I want to, and I did it twice because it did multiple logins. Let's go take a look. Did it do it twice? Yeah, it did, because this is the one that's doing login and login twice. You're probably saying, wait, how did you log in without actually mentioning anything? And I'm like, oh, that's pretty easy, brah, easy. The way I did it is because it's a built-in rule called login. And when you first go to the test suite details, let's say if I go to my all suites, we'll come back to this. The first thing it asks you is like, hey, do you want to put in a username or a password? And once you put that in, it automatically will populate that in the settings. So go to the settings, we'll go to authentication, and it will put that. And like the first thing was, I said admin1, and the password was password, and it did it. It was kind of cool. All right. So there is other stuff that I can do. And no challenges over here. Nobody's asking me to do this. We're like, dude, bro, it's late. It's like I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning, your time. I don't know. What time is it over there? I don't know. Let me know. I'm friendly, really friendly guy. Friendly, dark arts automation wizard. I'm gonna put that out there. That is what I am. And you ever wonder, how did I get into test automation? Kind of cool story, and it's just a little friendly over there. It's just really dark arts automation. How did I get into this? I went to a school for video editing. I wanted to do animation. That was a cool thing. A little lesson to everybody. Do double check your resume. Once you get out of school and you're going for that first job, double check that first resume carefully, and make sure that it says animation and not automation, because it could entirely change your career, making a mistake like that. All right. So, like I said, I'm the friendly automation over here, and if you're watching over here, just chit chat with me. It's kind of cool. Or mention Dark Arts Wizard, or mention testrgor, or test automation. Share my screen if you don't mind. Go over it. Let's take a look at what's going on over here. Let's take a look. If I go to let's see, what are we gonna do? What else are we gonna do? We did this login. I showed you the stuff here where I actually just built this just by describing it, and it all just works. It's kind of cool. What else can we do over here? We're doing these logins, and look at this. Everything is just passing. I like that. My data-driven one, this is giving me all sorts of different rows. And if I go to this one, it says login, and it says it's login 3. Look at that. Row 4 is item 3. Basically, because row 1 is the name of it, and row 2 is 3, 4, 5. So I got 7 of these all kicking off. But we want to do something a little bit more entertaining, don't we? So nobody's given me a URL, so I'm going to go and grab one. So we'll change this up here. What can we do? Let's see. We could go to live mode. Let's go over to live mode. Let's do that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect this. Live mode is kind of cool because you can actually connect a data table to it. So I'm connecting this. It takes a little bit longer to connect, but it does take a while. Now I'm going to take a look at our music while we're waiting over here. Or media assets. Let's try daydreaming. Well, it kind of sounds like the same thing. I can add music. All right, go with that. That sounds good. So here's my site, and we're going to be sitting here doing this. I'm going to go take a look at this. So this is kind of cool. I want to populate something here. So if I click on this, it automatically says go generate a unique name. And there's a unique name that is just populated in here. I'm going to slow this down a little bit because I just want to generate the command. I'm going to click on password. It'll say generate a template, a password, and enter in the password. And then I want to click on login. Cool. And then I want to check and see if admin status is there. This just contains admin status. This is super easy, barely an inconvenience. Oh wait, I'm stealing a line from one of my other favorite YouTubers out there. So, all right, we'll not do that. And I'm going to go execute this, and you'll see that it goes and does this, and makes sure it does say, "Hey, I saw this over here." Now the problem is that we know the password is supposed to be password. So I'm going to go back over here, and let's say if I just say type in login, login, and just let it do that. I'm going to go execute this. And now what does it do? It comes back and says, hey, I logged in as an admin. I want to verify that I did that. Let's go click on that. Get the focus. And it says check if page contains a login over there. And I'm like, yeah, cool. Now, wouldn't it be cool if we went and did an AI validation, which I'm sure you want to do that. So I'm going to say open URL, and I'm going to go find an AI, something I can validate on AI. Let's go to Etsy, www.etsy.com. Let's go over there. What does Etsy have? Oh, it's Mother's Day magic, and it looks like we have some pierogies. We have a woman wearing some white. We have a silver handbag. So let's go and see what this looks like. I'm going to go grab Etsy. Look how easy this is. I'm just going to go over here and just say, go here and execute this. And we're going to jump over to Etsy. And we've got this tree over here. So let's see. Check page contains. I'm going to put contains inside of a quote over here because it's a URL. Contains a tree using AI. All right, we're going to continue that. We'll do that and see what this comes like. Now that takes a few seconds. You always primarily want to validate something by the main text. So this is essentially coming back and saying, hey, slide right to complete the puzzle. So it's giving a verification on that. Thing is that this is doing this is basically a CAPTCHA. And how do we solve CAPTCHA? Most people will say like, oh, we just use the AI, right? You can do that. The problem is some of the AIs are programmed not to try and solve CAPTCHA. And they have more and more CAPTCHAs coming up. That's a whole new thing over here. Oh, there's a retry that's coming up. So I'm going to go, and did this come back and say, I'm going to take a look at here. This came back and said, some errors on this. Let's see, contains a tree using AI. So it did say correct. And I'm trying to see, I would like to see, I should be seeing a return on this. It's saying, hey, I saw something. So I'm going to go click retry. That is slider. That's what it's reading from behind the scenes. But I'm going to go say click retry. I'm just going to call it that. That's the AI kind of being not so smart. So that's all right. We're okay with that. So I'm going to click retry. Well, now I have a tree and I want to slide this. So I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go click on the locator and click on that. So I'm going to go click one more time and I'm going to go do this. So I have these two different commands over here. I could be clicking on the slider, but how about if I did this? What if I said drag element with coordinates to this coordinate? What if I did that? I think that might work. I'm going to execute it. If I get a message over here, it may complain. Let's see if it does it. Came back and it looked like it decided it wasn't going to do it. Let me see where it ended up, see if I can find the scripters over there. I'm going to try this a slightly different way because it's been a while since I've done that. So it's really on me that I haven't done the drag in quite a while. But let me go over here. Dragging. How do I drag from one element to another? I should be able to drag with a offset. Oh, there we go. Drag with offset. Drag with offset. This is the one. All right. So I'm going to go and copy this. And we're going to go back to testrgor. See if I can get it to do a drag. So I want to drag. I think I'll say element. Okay. And I'll say element with offset. Let's see. To element with offset over here. I'm going to do element again. Let's see if that will work. Element. Let's see if I can get the drag to kick off over here. Copy this one over here. Go down here. Paste that in there and see if I can drag that over to the same element. There we go. Now, I want to check and see. Oh, we ran out of time. What happens if I click on this? It's a slide right to complete the puzzle. So maybe I can do that. I'm going to go click the retry. We'll do that. I just need to copy that. Do this. We'll click the retry. And I'm going to put in a wait 2 seconds. Just for the demo, I do not hard code my weights in. All right. So there is my thing over here. And I also want to go and see what is it going to give me? What is this thing? This is the slider plug. All right. We're going to go say drag. Do that. Drag. Oh, whatever this thing is here. Control V. Put offset to. Boom, boom. And let's see what happens. See if we get something. That'd be kind of cool. It's always experimenting when I'm doing this. So, like it's attempting to do a drop. Why is this step needed? We detected unusual activity. All right, fair enough. You detected unusual activity. So it actually found this, and it means we do want to do some sliding, but it's probably best if we go on to a different website over there. Open URL, because just trying to get through these things is not the most fun ever. So let me see who else we got out there. How about a test site? You know what? There's a test site. There's one of the oldest test sites. My sandbox over here. Where is this? Not the web shop, not the ClickUp. The internet, OneLin login, Mercury Tours. Does anybody remember this? This is over at Guru 99. Let's go over to Mercury Tools and see if we can log into that. So I'm going to go back over to testrgor to my live mode, and I'm going to go open up this, and let's go see. Maybe I hope I don't get a. Yeah, we're not going to get a blocker on that. All right, so let's go and take a look at these commands over here. I want to go click home, and I want to click flights and hotel and car rentals and cruises and destinations and vacations. And I'm going to go execute all of that. Let's go see if it does it. There's home, there's flights, there's hotels, there's car rentals, there's cruises, there's destinations, and there is vacations. And I do want to check that if it's under construction, I want to see if it's there. Let's see what we're going to get. Let's see if we get it. All right, check. Page contains people on a raft using AI. So there should be people on a raft there. I'm going to go execute this. And while that's doing that, I'm going to go back over here and take a look. Oh, we got an island over here. Some great deals going over to Las Vegas and San Francisco. What else can I do? I can go register to join this. And if I register, look, there's this whole thing that's going to populate. Let's zoom out of this. Wouldn't it be super easy to Albania, Algeria? All right, fine. What if it was? I wonder if it would be easy to populate this. Let me go take a look at our instructions over here and just say, populate this. Let's see. I want to fill out the form, or I could fill out the required fields of the form, or fill out the rest of it, do a little bit and fill out the rest of the form, or fill out just the required fields of the form. With generated values, with sample values, with using AI for unrecognized fields, and skip unrecognized. It's all sorts of cool stuff. So I'm going to do fill out the form. We're going to go and try and hit that. So here I am over here. And did I validate this? Let's take a look. It says it's green. So let me hit the drop down. We got the source over here. I hit this drop down over here. That's cool. All right. So I'm going to go to, we are going to register. We're going to click register. And I'm going to execute that. And you know what I'm going to do right now? Let's look at this. I got this whole thing. I'm just going to say fill out form. And boy, is that going to be, it can't be that easy with AI, can it? It's doing James. It's putting in this email. It's putting this phone number. It's putting this fake address, One Testing Road. And it actually put in a username and password. And if I click submit, I go click on the submit button. Let me go see what happens. I'm going to click submit, enter, and what happens? It says, thank you for registering, James. Yep. I'm going to go and verify that the page has that. Let's go. Good. I think we've got this. And what else am I going to do? I want to verify that it says Mercury Interactive. What if I were just to say, let me modify these values? So when I click on this, I want to take a look and see what's going on. All right. And now sign in. I'll click on that. We'll execute that. And we did a validation that came up there. Cool. And what's our next thing? We're going to log in. I wonder if we can log in, huh? What if we do log in? I bet you we're just going to see what happens there. They went with admin 1 and log in. And then I clicked on submit. And I click on that. I think it says, hey, we don't know who you are. Login was successful. Successful login. All right, we'll execute that and verify we saw that. Thank you for logging in. Hey, we got 2 people out here keeping an eyeball on us and hanging out with us late night as we're doing some test automation. So let me take a look over here and see. One person is coming in from Twitch. Another one is coming in from YouTube. Just a reminder. Oh, I have comments. Do I have new comments? Hey, Box Royal. Look at that. Box Ride. Hello, Box Ride. Thank you for joining us tonight. Just to let you know, I'm just kind of playing around with sites that I know of, but you can control the test automation. You right now have the power to control the automation. All you have to do, Box, is put in any URL that you want me to go jump to, and I will go to it, and then you can tell me what you want to see TestRigor do. I'm going to open URL. So it is right there. You've got all the power, and I will go and just do whatever it is that we want to do. I'll show you. Like I'll go to a sandbox, and what do I want to go to? Well, Guru 99 has other stuff. It has like an insurance policy over there, so we can do that. And you know what? I'm going to be friendly. Hello, back to Box. We're going to do that. Hello, Box. Box Red. So there you go. You're still watching. So that's cool. So I've got this login page. Let's go see if I can make this work on our live mode. Let's go to that. I'm going to go over here, just paste it in, and I'm going to go execute it. And we're going to jump to this insurance. You know what? I'm going to say fill out form. Now, Box, if you don't know what I'm doing here, I'm basically just basically using plain English to go and automate my test scripts. I just said here, go and it's logging in and saying this stuff over here, and I'm going to go click on the login and see what we get. It says click login. That's it. No page object model, no XPath, no CSS, no code. You could listen. I tell you what, Box. Let me ask you something. Can you type click add to cart? You can. You pass the interview. You're on my team. Let's go. Let's go get a test. So if you put in any URL, Box, out there, Box, if you let's get it right, Box. If you put in a URL, anybody watching, you put a URL on the chat over here, I will go to it. I won't even say who did it. And don't worry about it. If you want to go to a fake URL, we could do that. We can do that, absolutely. I mean, Guru99 is a good site. If you want to go someplace else, www.candymapper.com is a good site. That's mine. It's a fake site. And this is a little challenge. It says, hey, can you populate this field? You want to see if this can do it? I bet you that would be kind of cool. So I'm going to go that, and the RESTful Booker is another one that I really like out here. I've got messages, rooms. I think I'll go log out, and then I will check for availability. I'm looking for some availability on the 22nd and on the 25th. I'm going to check availability, and it says, hey, I can book this right now. This is the RESTful Booker. It's a fake site that will give you dates. It's been recently updated, so I'm wondering if it's the blue room. That is, I think that's from Doctor Who. I'm pretty certain that's the Doctor Who, or else that is actually literally, that is Van Gogh's blue room, I believe, from his blue series. So if you're a fan of either Van Gogh or Doctor Who, that's basically that's kind of funny. I think maybe it's an AI one. I'm going to go reserve that right now. So I've reserved this. And then I want to go and say, hey, I want to put in my name, Paul Grossman, my email, thedarkartswizard@gmail.com. Do that. I can put in my phone number, 123-555-1. Where'd he go? He jumped away. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Seriously? I have my caps lock on. Let's try it one more time. Caps lock is on. 1, 2, 3, 555, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll do that. I'm going to go reserve this. All right. Size must be between 11 and 20. Oh, they want plus 22. Okay, reserve now. Okay. And now I have a confirmed booking. Now, how do I know I have a confirmed booking on those dates? Because I will go and log into my sandbox as our admin. So we'll go over to the admin, and we'll go the admin. Check availability. I want to go to the admin. I'm not sure where they put their link on that. Oh, admin over here. They moved it up here. That's cool. Admin. It says, I want you to see this. All right, I got one guy over here. So, all right. Well, it looks like Box Ride has gone and taken the ride. That's okay. I'm going to hang out over here for a little while. Still do that. Remember, one person who's watching me on Twitch, you can still chit chat with me. I'm very, very friendly. It's quite all right. So I'm going to go over here. I've got 2 messages. I have a new booking. And that booking was booked from Paul Grossman, and they booked a room for these following dates. And here's the email. Here's my fake phone number. That's an awesome thing. So the thing about this, as I mentioned before, so James Dean has got a booking inquiry, and I've got a new booking. After 10 minutes, this all clears and resets. So it's really a good little training device if you want to go and track it. So I was going to try and do my Candy Mapper site, maybe I'm gonna go look at something else. One second. Let me go look at, what'd be kind of cool? There's a site out here. It is called, let me see if I can find it here. Multimedia Inc. Let me see if I can find Multimedia Inc. over here. That would be a cool place. Yeah, I think that might be Bloomberg, Wikipedia, LinkedIn, company histories, all this stuff. I want to go to actually Multimedia Inc. Where are you? It's sitting there going over here. It's on our LinkedIn. So I'm gonna go find that out. Let's see. Multimedia linked over here. Let's see. Where is it? It says Happy Sunday. How about just show me your website? I think it's just multimedia link. If I'm gonna do that, follow. They are in California and they have all these followers and all sorts of stuff and home. And they're actually a full service. There's Multimedia Inc. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go hit this and I'm going to go over to testrgor, our live mode. We're going to say open URL and I'm going to go hit that link. Let's go execute that and see what we got over there. Here it is. I want to go hit the company. Oh, and I said, what variable do I want to hit? I want to, actually, I just wanted to automatically do this. So I'm going to go input automatically. I'm going to go click on this and it's saying generate a name. I don't want to do that. I just want to click. Company. Here we go. Click company. Do we get it? And it says, yeah, I'm clicking on the company. And then I want to go and see what's over here. I want to check if the page contains this. I'm going to execute that. Let's see, check page contains, let's see, people. Using AI. We'll go and do that. And we'll let the AI sit there and think about that for a moment. We are kicking off and letting it think. And what else do we want to do? Came back and said, I couldn't identify the people. The AI was like, not so much. Not so much. I'm not too sure. Let's see. What else can we do about this? I want to go to, we'll click on contact. Let's go to the contact and click on that, see what he says. I'm going to say click contact. Now you notice contact, it's all caps and I'm saying lowercase. I'm going to go execute it. Notice I pick up on it. So yeah, it's right there. Clicked on it. So I'm going to go fill out form. Let's see. So that is easy peasy. I'm going to go execute that and let's see what happens. It checked a general inquiry. It put in this fake name and an email over here. And does it add anything else? Oh, it does have a CAPTCHA that's going to pop up over there. I do want to try and click on that. That says clicked on field. I don't want to do that. I want to enter. I'm going to say, do something kind of fun. There's different ways that you can do that. You can say click message. And remember, I'm not even typing exactly what it says. It's just your message. I'm going to execute that. And what happens? Does it get it? Does it get it? Oh, it's thinking about it. Did it get it? Oh, I don't think it did. We're gonna have to make it a little bit smarter. I'm gonna say using AI. I'm gonna say your message. I can do by optical character recognition. And it may be that this is disabled. It's quite possible. It's just not available at the moment. But we're gonna let the AI try and click on it. And that'll take a couple of seconds for it to figure out what is on there. And it goes, no, I can't really figure it out. What if I do a scroll down? Let's see, scroll down. I'm going to hit execute, scroll down. Oh, look at this. All right. Can I validate this? It's saying inner stuff, so it's kind of cool. If I click submit, no, this AI is just going all sorts of fun. Submit. I'm going to go click submit. Let's see what happens if I execute it. I bet you we're going to get a challenge over here. I did click on the submit. It says reCAPTCHA verification fails. Please to this or refresh the page. All right. Let's refresh. That I can refresh the page. That's not too bad. And let's see. Check page contains. Let's see the zip code. I want to make sure the zip code's in there. 92630. 92630. We're going to do that. Execute that. Do we get it? It goes, yeah, I totally see that right there. And then they wanted me to connect with them. Well, let's go see if we can connect with them on YouTube. Now it's saying click YouTube. I can just say YouTube like that. Click on that. And does it pick it up? And now the next thing is we're off to YouTube. There is YouTube with their videos. They have one from 2 years ago and they have 50 subscribers. Okay. Guess we could go follow them. I don't know. Click on videos. And it's sitting here. Look at this. This is relative element location. It says click videos on the right of home. So I'm clicking videos and there's home. And the reason it's saying that is because there's multiple things that will match for videos. So it's saying, oh, okay, I'll do this one over here. I'm gonna execute that and see how close we get to it. It says videos to the right of home, and it said, no, I'm not too sure that's right. I'm just gonna let it click. I'm just gonna go click videos. I'm gonna say that. Here we go. Click on those videos. We're gonna do that. And it says, hey, I got videos. And it's got one, right? Very cool, I guess. What if I just go and click and make that video play? I'm gonna click right there. Do that. There we are. So I'm going to go click on that element over here. Click on this. Now, as I said, if you're all just kind of new to seeing me do this, I never do this. I never do that particular item, an XY coordinate. I'm not a big fan of it. But this is it's okay. I have to sign in to confirm I'm not a bot, and I can get better TV. Well, I can definitely click dismiss. But you know what would happen? Because you've got a button over here, but it may not always appear. So I'm going to say click. Oh, my timer's going off, which means it's been an hour already. Can you believe it's been an hour? About 2 minutes away from an hour. I'm going to go click dismiss, but if it wasn't there, it would fail the test. So what if I want to do and say click dismiss, but not fail the test? If exist. I'm going to do that. I'm going to spell it right. Exist. So there we go. I'm going to go click exist if it exists, and if it finds it, it's going to go click it. There it goes. It found dismiss. Yay! There were 547 views 2 years ago, and there is some more. They've got 6. I'm going to give them 6. I'm going to give them another thumbs up. And what was the element that it actually showed over here? It said spec touch feedback shape touch response on the left of dislike this video. Well, no, I don't want to. We will give them a thumbs up. So yeah, I guess we can do that click over there. CLICK. We'll give that. Let's see if it should hit our thumbs up there. And it says, hey, if you want to give a thumbs up, you got to sign in. All right. Fair enough. Let me see if I can go and switch to tab 3. I got multiple tabs open right now. And maybe I only have the one. Or maybe I'm going to switch to tab 1. Let's take a look at that. See if I can get back. Unrecognizable. Oh, because I misspelled switch. Spell switch. He likes to play it. Okay, so I'm going back over here. This is 1. I can go to X. I can go to Facebook. I can go to LinkedIn. They'll all come back and say, "Hey, you need to be you don't look like a real boy at all. You look like one of them bots out there." Let's try this one more time and see if I can do a validation. Check page contains plants. I see some plants in there. Plants. Using AI. And then I'm going to say also check this. Let's do a -1. I'm going to do this and say check the page contains Bigfoot. We're looking for Bigfoot. Contains Bigfoot. Bigfoot. That is stuff we see and try to verify that it actually exists. So we'll see if there's plants. We'll see if there's a Bigfoot in there. So one of them did pass. Check that out. It came out and it said, "Hey, check it out. There's plants in there." That's kind of cool. But all right, but it's now trying to do the Bigfoot, and that's going to fail because nope. Sorry. Says the statement contains Bigfoot is false because the image shows an office space with a recreation area, glass-walled ceiling office. There appears to be people in a conference room having a meeting, and the foreground shows an office area with plants, shelves, and workstations. There is contact information visible at the top of the page, including an address in Lake Forest, California, and social media links. There's absolutely no sign of Bigfoot and any cryptic key in this professional office. But if I go over here and click on this, we should be able to see that. So I'm going to say we're going to finish the session, and I got 2 people watching. I got somebody who just joined in over here. And just a reminder, so if you want, I will go, and the guy left. Okay, fair enough. He's like, "I'm out. I don't know what this is all about." So this is interesting. These are all the things that I just did for like the last 45 minutes trying to verify all this stuff. And here's all the results. And this said that it does not contain Bigfoot. Was there anything else that failed? There's a couple of things that kind of failed. But this one thing contains plants. I want to look at the more details. Show the extra info. It says it contains plants is true because the image shows an office interior with a reception desk and a meeting space visible through glass doors. There are several potted plants visible in the office, including what appears to be at least 2 indoor plants. One appears to be near the desk and another visible in the meeting room or open workspace. The plants add greenery to a professional office environment. Oh my gosh, that is really, really cool. All right, so I'm going to go and edit this. You can see that I spent about 32 minutes over there trying to build this test. I'm going to say, hey, yeah, they ain't no Bigfoot. I don't want that to be in there. And what else did we do? We tried to generate all this stuff. We did a login. I'm going to go and say save and retest. Let's see what happens. I do have that hard code. Wait 2 seconds. I want to get rid of that. We have the fill out form. We have some submits. We're doing some logins. We're clicking on company. And notice that the things that did not work, they got rid of. It gets rid of them. Doesn't it? I don't think we need to switch to tab 2 or 3 in there either. Let me go back and take a look. The things that failed is it was looking for your message. So that was the area we couldn't find the your message over there. Pretty sure I could probably find it by doing it from optical character recognition. But I also suspect that on that page, this was just disabled because of the validation over here asking me, can you please verify that you are a person? So there was no way to interact with that particular element. All right, this is chugging away, and we're going to take a look and see. Oh, look, it's how far it's gotten so far. So here we are. We are on our original point where we're looking at the web sim, and I'm going through and putting in, it says, hey, invalid name, allowed usernames are admin1 through admin5. So it goes, okay, never mind. And it goes to admin one, and it logged in admin one, and it verified. I see logged in as admin one. I'm like, okay, now go over to Etsy. I'm like, okay, we're gonna go to Etsy. We're gonna go to Etsy and have some fun. All right. So it's going over to Etsy right now. Then I think there's some AI validation after we went to Etsy. Let's take a look up here. We want to go to, let's see, we went over here, we went to flights, we did all this stuff. Yeah. Let me see. Scroll up here. And I went to Etsy, and then I said, check page contains a tree. Now it's taking longer, which means more than likely the picture I added there did not contain a tree, and it does not. Look, it's Mother's Day magic. There's a thing there that says mom. Let's take a look at our errors over there. It says does not contain a tree. It says Mother's Day promotional with a pearl necklace and has mom a charm pendant. It shows navigation options and a functionality and various gift categories for mom. Home favorites, all this extra stuff there. There is no tree visible anywhere, neither as the part of the design. So maybe I need to change this. I should change this from a tree to contains a necklace. We did that. Sound good? Anything else? I think the next thing it was doing another AI, was it? So I've got that, and it's clicking retry, and then going for 2 seconds. And I think we're going to get rid of these over here. We are trying to slide this. I'm going to say, forget that. I didn't want to do that. And I'm going to go directly over to open. We're going to jump over to Guru 99 to our flights. We made some flights and cruises, and we want to make sure that there was a raft on there. All right, I am going to go and say retest. Let's see. I'm going to go up here, say save and retest. We're going to go to our next run. This is our previous run over here, our first one when we did it in live mode, and now this is our second one. And by the way, since I couldn't click on retry because it's not there, that becomes a hard stop. It's assuming if you can't find the button that you want to click on, it stops. But it does do it will do a soft assert if that you are not clicking on something. If you're just verifying that text is on the page or an input field contains something, then yes, it will do a soft assert and say, okay, I'm going to check everything on the page. Until you tell me there's a button I can't click, we're going to try and go as far as we can. All right, we skipped along over here, and we are doing this validation. It's saying go over to Etsy. So we're going over to Etsy. What does Etsy say? After this, I think it said go check that there's a necklace. Yeah, we're going to Etsy, and then we're going to go over to new tours. So as soon as the AI comes back, it should give us a pass. It will say, hey, there's a necklace. I hope it's the same image, but it's taking a little bit longer, which makes me think this is going to be a different image when it comes up here. But fingers crossed. That's what it takes to be a test automation engineer, like the dark arts wizard of test automation. So, we're chugging away. Let's see. What did we get? We got contains a necklace. What was the error details? Show the error details. So it's false. The image shows an Etsy verification. Oh, because I got rid of the Etsy. Yeah. Okay. So what do I got here? Go to Etsy, and it did not actually show me that. So what do I want? Most of the time we're going to see this. So what's on this? Puzzle pieces. Let's see if we can say, well, we're going to change that to puzzle pieces, and we'll give it contains a puzzle piece. Puzzle. E-I-E-C-E. All right, we'll do that. And I'm going to go and say validate and save. So that's up there. So what does it do? It was looking for something. It goes, hey, I'm just going to go open up the new tours. Goes over to new tours. And at new tours, it says, hey, buddy. And go bring this back over here. We'll go zoom in. All right. And it says, click home above flights. Well, there's home. There's flights. This is above it. Yep. Relative element location. Just plain English. says click on flights. We go to flights, click on hotels. We see hotels. We could validate all this stuff. And this is all under construction. And then we can go on vacations to Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, okay, I can't do that. I don't know if I can sing that. And then we go over to these things. We're going to go back to home. We go to vacations. We go and register. And then we say, we want to fill out all this stuff. And it fills out all this stuff, which is kind of cool. And then it says submit. And I think at that point is where it stopped. So I'm going to go and do the stop over here and see how much farther we're doing the car rentals and all that stuff. And we're populating the fields. So let's see what it filled out. James and the last name. And there's more data. Look at all this data they gave me. It gave me the first name, the last name. So we have all the information, the fake phone number it created, the username, the one testing road, which is the address, the West Egg City, California, in Algeria, an email. Going back to testrgor, what you can do over here is you can actually send email back, and then if you get a code in there, you can pick up the code and push it back in there. Hey, I got a second eyeball looking over here, so I got to give a shout out there. And of course, they ran away. So as soon as I did that, like, I'm not interested in automation, but I am. I'm just absolutely crazy about automation. That's why I've been doing it for so many years. I'm going to go and do this. We're going to go over here. I know we're going a little over about our hour, but this is actually kind of cool. So we're filling out this form. I think I'm just zoomed in a little bit too much. So let's get it back over to 100% and get back to this. And it did say we failed. So what are we doing over here? We're going over to this. We're putting in this login. And then we went over to multimedia. More than his job, it's a calling. Click on this company, and it says, hey, you may want to join us. And look at this, it actually put in the name, this, and it put in test 1, 2, 3, and that is from saying, hey, just fill out the form. And the fill out form went out. It's like, okay, I'm going to go enter 1, 2, 3 into your message. Keep in mind, I didn't put that in there. I wasn't able to successfully do it, but it did it. It figured it out. And then the next thing I said, scroll down. And then I said, okay, go check and see if we have a picture of some people in there. Let me go take a look and see if I have some picture of people. All right. So I'm going to go hit a refresh over here. And see if I'm, because I think I've got the screen just way, way too big to be viewing this. Yep, that's my problem. There we go. So I wanted to verify this one over here. Scroll down, click submit. But we are validating that there was an AI people in this room through an AI. Wasn't I doing that? Maybe I wasn't. I don't know. Contains people on a raft over here, but I thought there was, this was containing a puzzle piece. We haven't rerun that yet. What failed over here? It said, make sure the page contains this. So that's good. And it goes to the last one. Can't find the descriptor YouTube because we're sitting on the contact us page. The contact us page. Why would be finding YouTube on that? So let me go see how far down we got. See if we can get this to complete. So we're going to go over and take a look at YouTube. We click on YouTube. We click on videos, but we weren't able to do that. So I'm going to say hover YouTube. Do that, and then we'll click YouTube. Let's go see, and we'll hit this to save and restart and see if it does. And we got contains people. We'll see if that works, and we'll take a look. What is this guy over here? This is that touch response to the left of this. I'm going to just say, we're going to just say, click the element to the left of, just like this video. Element, that I could say, click button to the left of that. All good. And then I don't need to switch to tab 3. I want to switch back to tab 1 and verify that this contains plants. All right, we are still back in progress. You know, you've been hanging out with me all for all the hours. I suspect it's the exact same person out there. Uh, Kudos to you for hanging out for an hour and 15 minutes just to watch test automation. I got a feeling you are just absolutely crazy about test automation like I am. And like I said, you can always say hello, say hi, anything like that. It'd be kind of cool, and I'd be sitting there going, oh. It's nice that I've got friendly people out there looking at the test automation stuff that I do in plain English. No code, no CSS, no XPath. Here we are going through the old Mercury site. We went through the Mercury site. Do we have an AI? We have a warning here. Check this out. There's extra info here. It says, it's asking to see if it has a puzzle piece. It says, yes, it has a puzzle piece. All right, but there's extra error information. Look at this on the errors on the wet Etsy site. It says error 403. Now, what I would do in this case is I would go and download the image of the stuff that is coming back, and there it is. And then I'm going to go take my login over here, and I'm going to go over here and do this. Open this up. So I'm going to go open that up. I'm going to open that up and take a look at this. And I would go and look at this file over here. It's there's something in there. It says access blocked. Well, not too surprised on all that. Okay. But the cool thing is the yellow indicator says that there's something that's wrong with the page. It did not stop the execution, but there is something on there, and it said, access blocked. So we're all good with that. All right, we're chugging along, going more and more. We're going through destinations. We are hitting the registration, and we are getting over here to clicking on submit. We have this over the Guru site, filling in all this information. And I'm going to go click on sign in and then put in a username and password. It says I successfully logged in, and I said, thank you for logging in. Now I'm over here at the insurance, and we're putting in a username and password and clicking log in on that. Not sure if it gives us any validations on that, but I guess that's okay. Then we went over to multimedia. And over here, we clicked on the company. We clicked on contact. We verified that multimedia is a company of innovators. Cool. And then we go over here and say test 1, 2, 3, all this information, the general inquiry. Should hit human resources next time on that. And we go forward, and we want to validate. We wanted to validate that this had people. Let's go on that. See if it had that. I thought that's where the validation was, that there were people. How about this one? Contains people. It's green, so it must have. It says, check that statement contains people is true because the image shows what appears to be a company website for Multimedia LLC, displaying a company name, displaying the stating that it is this. We push the boundaries of this, and there's a photograph of two individuals in what appears to be an office setting with a view of a high-rise setting. They appear to be in a meeting. Why you do that? Why would you do that? Go to settings over here. I can go jump to the step. I don't want to jump that step over there. Let's go keep going. So here we are. We're populating all this stuff in, and we check that the zip code is there. We hover over YouTube. Were we there? There's the YouTube, and then we're going to go click on it. And it says we can't find it by YouTube. Oh my gosh. We got it the first time, and we were able to hover over it, but the hover took us a little higher on because I think there's multiple pages or elements there. So we're going to have to take a peek at that. So I got as far as YouTube and clicking on videos and dismissing this if it exists, and clicking on the element to dislike this video and switch back to tab 1. I think it went away. I think it actually opened up and then went away. That could be it, because there's nothing on the contact page over there. I think we went to a different page. Interesting. Well, anyway, we get as far as YouTube, and I'm gonna say YouTube. I'm going to go to Hover YouTube, and I'm going to leave it there. That, and I'm going to hit save. All right. Well, to my one eyeball who's stuck with me for an hour and 20 minutes, thank you very much. It is now about 10 minutes after midnight my time, and I'm tired, and I'm going to have to call it a rest. So thank you very much for sticking with me, and we'll be doing one or two more of these a day, maybe 3, for the entire next 10 days to try and get see what people are interested in streaming, and see if I can get some interest over there. Do me a favor, if there's a place that you want to repost this, please put it out there. Dark Arts Wizard, hashtag Dark Arts Wizard, hashtag Paul Grossman, hashtag testrgor, hashtag codeless automation. Just share my my live session, my session over here. If you like all these cool things, there's more that I'm going to be showing off in the next few days. So keep an eyeball out, because there's all sorts of new stuff that's coming all the time. So again, I'm going to say I am Paul Grossman, the Dark Arts Wizard of Test Automation. Thank you very much, all my little eyeballs that have been watching me during this entire time. If you think it's kind of cool, you can reach out to me. I'm on LinkedIn, you already saw that. Or you can send me an email at thedarkartswizard@gmail.com. And then if you want to chat automation, I'm always here for you. Kind of cool. All right, you guys, take care. You're always awesome. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. And I will see you sometime tomorrow morning. And at this point is where the music kind of fades out, and I get to say, cheers, everybody. Maybe the music doesn't fade out. Nah, it should be fading out. Nope. It just keeps going. No, we're ending this. Have yourself a great day. Have a good night. Cheers. See you tomorrow.